So I've seen many people asking, when is institutional money going to start flowing into ADA? All right, and that's a fair question. We've obviously talked about ADA spot ETFs and the likelihood of that happening. I think before we really have that discussion, we need to see some conclusion of the Ripple v SEC case. I think that sets a big precedent for the rest of the industry, and that's when those warning bells start ringing. Right now, institutional money is currently flowing into ADA, and I want people to be aware of this. Now, it's not even close to the same rate that we're seeing in terms of spot ETF money for BTC. All right. That we're talking, over $1 billion in a week. Okay. That's a massive, massive amount. Again, yesterday was another $339 million inflow, but we're getting a kind of a little drop in the bucket. Now, this isn't affecting us in a major way yet, and I don't expect it to yet for quite some time. But what we saw was last week's inflow was 1.09 billion. Okay. And 98% of that was made up by BTC. Now, the small little bits and pieces were 16 million flowing into Ethereum, 6 million flowing into ADA, 500,000 flowing into AVAX. Wow. 0.4 because I'm weird and we'll say it like that. 0.4 flowing into Matic, 0.4 flowing into Tron as well. So what we're seeing is that there are some funds that are set up for crypto that we do actually have capital flowing into, and ADA is being one of them. All right. So ADA is getting bought by institutional players right now. Now, it's not on the same pace yet. Okay. Because they're waiting for some of that regulatory information to come out in regards to that. Some of these coins that are falling under the scrutiny of the SEC, they're just shying away from right now. Now, I will say this though. I do expect that institutional money is going to still play a heavy part in the pumps that we're seeing in the market. For example, right now, the ADA pump that we're on has a lot to do with institutional money. Okay. The pump that we're seeing in BTC is dragging a lot of assets up in the market. Now, my understanding of this is there are pairings. Obviously, LPs I think are a big deal in regard to this. So as the inflows we're seeing in the BTC are a US dollar pairing inflow. Okay. Now, when there are pairings to other coins, as that ratio needs to be maintained, it moves the price of the coins up. Okay, you see this a lot more heavily in ERC20s and Ethereum because the main pairing for a lot of those is an ETH-based pairing, but we still get that kind of drag with it. That's why when you see an asset drop, typically when you look at charts, other assets drop at the exact same time. It's not because all these people decided, hey, let's all sell at the same time. No, it's because of these pairings. It's the same way that, I know I've talked about spillover before, and it's not in the sense of like, oh yeah, capital from BTC that you'd normally see late in the market cycle is going to flow over to alts. We're still going to see that happens every market cycle, but the way that institutional money spills over to quote unquote spills over to some of these other assets is by the price being drug up via liquidity pools. Hopefully that makes sense to people. Basically, money's flowing into these assets without flowing into these assets. That's the same reason why when we talk about the liquidity that's available, for example, ADA has a $21 billion market cap. You can't cash $21 billion out of ADA because there's technically not $21 billion in there, if that makes sense. So yes, institutional money spillover is happening. All right. Institutional money is physically hitting ADA as well. All these benefits that we're seeing from it are impacting ADA in a positive way. And what we'll likely see as this market cycle goes on is as we continue to see this ramp up in institutional money, even if it's just technically hitting BTC, it's still going to spill over and affect things like ADA and other alts in a positive way. So that's what I wanted to share with everyone. It's cool to see that there is some institutional money hitting ADA. And I think things really, truly get explosive and exciting when we do have something like an ADA spot ETF. So I appreciate you guys. Just thought I'd share that with you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Show your support below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.